Hey guys, welcome to the Distractible Dragon. This is my very first YouTube video. Also, the channel name is sort of a working title for right now. It might change in the future. So, today, we're going to be playing Elden Ring. It's not the first time I've played it. It's also not the first Souls game I've ever played. I've sort of been procrastinating about posting videos. I mean, obviously, since this is my first one. I'm gonna stop rambling like a madman and just get right into it. Okay. I forgot how awesome the intro music is. So, since this is my first YouTube video, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to start like, more than halfway through the game, so I'm gonna start a new game for this. Let's see. We've got Vagabond, that looks like a knight. Warrior, self-explanatory. I'm playing a mage on my main build. Samurai could be cool. So, not gonna lie, I like how the Confessor looks. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Type A. Name. One thing you're gonna learn about me real quick is I love classic fantasy. I'm gonna go with, one of the Knights of the Round Table for the name of this guy. We're just gonna go with Gawain. Age, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Newman makes me think of the Lord of the Rings, the race of men from Numenor. So I'm gonna go with that. Big Lord of the Rings fan. Keepsake. I'll take Crimson Amber Medallion for some extra health. Yeah, nothing fancy. Very basic character. Just gonna be getting right into it. It's taking a moment to load.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater.
I really don't
And
like
Sir Gideon Othniel,
the imagery that the
the
loathsome dung-eater
all-knowing.
evokes. So, as always, that is a really fun intro cutscene. Bit of lore that I'm sure most of you
And
probably...
one other, whom
Sorry,
grace
I'm
would
stopping
again
because I
bless.
forgot there was more. A bit of lore that a lot
The
of you may or may not know.
tarnished of no renown.
The Tarnished, from my understanding, were...
Cross the fog to the lands between.
They were the army of America and
To
Godfrey?
stand before the
Yeah.
Elden Ring.
Was it Godfrey or Godric? The first Elden Lord. When their
And
wars were
become
done and they
the
conquered the
Elden
lands
Lord.
between, apparently, for whatever reason, Queen Marika took from them their grace. That is sort of the curse of the Tarnished. That's what makes them tarnished, is they are graceless, whatever that happens to mean. And so they could, die. Well, die in the sense that anything in this world can die. It's not return to the Erd Tree. And that's kind of for reasons that I'm not 100% sure on. I think it's left open-ended, but that gives us the idea that our character, the Foul Tarnished, may have been a member of that army, or possibly even descended from the first Elden Lord, considering we don't know how long ago they were sent away. Yeah, I know the camera controls. I doubt I will be able to beat the beginning boss here. I also, if I remember right, I don't think there's any real starting loot in this area, so I'm gonna just go ahead down this pathway, and we're gonna get right into death. Huh. You have to be further in than I remember. So, as I said, on my other playthrough, I'm using a magic build, so it's probably going to take me a second to get used to, melee. That was underwhelming, a very underwhelming performance from me. I do like that cloak. The armor set and all for this looks really cool. I'm a big fan of knights and whatnot, but I love the title, The Confessor. You
Don't
know,
worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side.
I'm not sure what
We found
Torrent
him
is.
here, after all. One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
So, the Golden Order and the Elden Ring. These were some lore things that weren't really clear to me in my first go-round. The Golden Order is both the sort of faction in charge of most of the land, but it's also kind of the catch-all term for the laws of life that have been imposed with, oh, my flasks. The laws of the realm that have been imposed on the people. And when I say imposed, I don't just mean like, you know, not stealing, not murdering, things like that. Also, apparently, some of pretty much the laws of physics and how things work. Like, Radon, for the Golden Order, he stopped the passage of the stars in the sky. So, the Golden Order doesn't just control the people, but how the world works. I feel like I'm rambling and not explaining things very clearly, and for that I apologize. I woke up like 30 minutes ago, and I just sort of started recording. I told myself that I would stop procrastinating and finally start making videos. So this is very raw. Jump. It's immediately an amazing game when they let me jump. I can dash. I'm fast. It's already... Do. Come on. Stab at me. Historically, while this is a great battlefield combo, it's not necessarily the best for single combat because it's very heavy, very cumbersome. If I get just stops, it's easier for me to get around the shield if no one else is around him. It's more of a formation fighting style shield and spear. It's a video game though, so I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm just talking. Oh, you see me already. I have a shield. I need to use it. Or not. I either need to use the shield or drop the shield. Okay, I suck at parrying. That's something I've never been good at in any of the Souls games, so there's probably going to be some footage of me trying to parry, failing miserably, and then giving up just to try it again later. Yep. Thankfully, I have a healing spell. I think I might try to do like a melee faith build. That seems like it would be fun. I don't know how good faith builds are in this game, actually. I know in like Dark Souls 1, they were amazing, but they sort of petered out in Dark Souls 2 and 3. I'm interested to see how they are in this. Assassin's Approach. That probably silences my footsteps or something. Good old tutorial boss. Okay. He hits pretty hard. He just doesn't take a lot of damage. Enemy felled. There's an item up here. I'm gonna grab it. Yes, I'm ready. I wonder what this one said. Skill ahead. Okay. Nothing crazy. Some of the messages people leave behind are pretty funny. And sometimes they're helpful, and sometimes they're just straight liars. So anything you read, not just on this game, but in general, take it with a grain of salt. Let there be rump. See? I do like how this whole getup looks. I'm gonna keep saying that. It is a pretty game. Not as dark and dismal as the, as Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Of course, I loved those games. I especially loved Bloodborne's kind of gothic feel, but just look at that. This was such a nice change of pace. Okay, I'm in Limgrave. I'm probably gonna brush up on my lore tonight. That way I can, give you guys a more informed lore dump. I'm gonna rest here, that way I can get my flasks back. Yeah, that's good for right now. I don't have anything to add. So this is the guy that straight up
yes. Tarnished, are we?
insults
Come
you at
to
the beginning,
lands
sort of.
between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
I am not maidenless. I am
guidance,
engaged, thank
without
you.
the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
Oh, you're a chipper fellow, aren't you?
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless. Me. Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
I will say that additional mechanic I do really enjoy. Because it was a very common thing in the old Souls games for me to just get lost, trying to figure out where to go. It's not perfect by any means, but it's helpful.
Grace's guidance will reveal the path to Castle Stormvale,
Okay.
over on the cliff.
I forget if he
The
gives you
home of
anything
the
if you
decrepit demigod
exhaust his
Godric
dialogue.
the Grafted. It's time you set off to Castle
Okay. Yep.
Storm. If you
That's it. And now I'm going to avoid the tree sentinel because I know there's no way I'm gonna take him in a fight. I know that from experience. He will rock me like a hurricane. I think I just showed my age with that reference. I hope some of you got that. It's not that old. Gonna take the path up these rocks. Don't notice me, don't notice me. Okay. Church of Ella. That's one. I don't know if that's the god or goddess that is supposed to be what was worshipped here. I don't know anything about her. Going to be completely honest there.
You're tarnished, and I can also.
So this is the.
I am Carly.
This is Kale. He's a merchant, upstanding fellow. If you're mean to Kale,
Bye.
we're going to fight. Just saying. Like, I will invade your world, and we will square up. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know why I have such a, fondness for that character, but I do. See? I cannot parry. I cannot parry for the life of me. I'm still always stunned by how pretty it is in this game. I am gonna say I love a lot of the armor sets and everything in this game. Like, not that it's, you know, exactly wholly historically accurate or anything like that. It doesn't need to be, because it's fantasy. But it's realistic enough. It looks like something that people back in the day would have worn, and I appreciate that. On the note of realism in a video game, he should see me. He should see me already. It's broad day, broad tree light? Broad tree light. Is there a sun in this country? I see a moon. I'm not gonna question it. It just occurred to me that there's not a sun. Or at least not one I can, see. Oh no, the consequences of my actions. Don't hit me with a torch. Stop! Fire bad! I probably over-roll a little bit. Like, roll much more than I actually need to. When I can just strafe. It's been a number of months since I stopped my last playthrough. I wanted this to be kind of fresh, even though it's not my first playthrough. Long enough that I'm rusty again. Quick heal. I want to keep my last Crimson Flask. I was about to call it an Estus Flask. Now I forget, is this the booby-trapped chest? No, it's not. I know it's not. That's near the Dragon Scorched Ruin, I think. Again, sure everybody knows there is a booby-trapped chest in one part of the game, and it teleports you to... The name of the place escapes me right now. It's the red area with all the scarlet rot. A place you really don't want to be at low level. We're just gonna leave it at that. Alright. The flail. I think I need a pretty decent dex to use that. So, the ball and spike flail, isn't... It wasn't a very common weapon, but it's also not the only flail out there that was ever used. In some parts of Asia, if I remember correctly, there was sort of a pole-arm flail, which was a long, two-handed pole with a chain at the end, and a heavy weight on the other side. Ow. Oh, there's still a few of you. Rolling, rolling, rolling. I think there's a site of grace around here. I forgot how hard he hits when you're new. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run. It's not worth it. I am going to do my best not to die to mobs. Alright. So we get another cutscene where we get our air quotes maiden.
Greetings, traveler
Hello.
from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
I am Will. It's lovely to meet you.
I offer you an accord.
I used to have an Accord. It's 2007 Honda Accord. Great car.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the Two Fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless.
I am engaged. I am not maidenless.
I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree. Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength.
I think I might have enough to go ahead and do that.
Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring. Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
So, on the note of Torrent,
Shall I turn your rune? Let my hand rest.
well, I'll
Share
get to
with
that
me
when I actually
your
summon him.
thoughts, your ambitions,
So I want to do a faith
the
build, so
principles you would follow.
I'm gonna want to increase that. And I'm probably gonna want to increase vigor, endurance, and strength. Okay. I'm gonna equip. Yes. So, I love the addition of the mount in this game. The controls and the vast world and running around in it, it reminded me of another game that I loved playing when I was a kid, and that was Shadow of the Colossus. I know it's, you know, it's not the same, it's not made by the same company, but it just gave me that same feel. So I had an odd amount of nostalgia that I wasn't expecting. Whoa! I didn't know you guys were here. So, I think there's a cave around here where I can fight one of the, like, I'm not gonna call them mini-bosses. I mean, I guess mini-bosses, optional bosses. What have you. Just trying to grind out and go ahead and get as many, runes as I can. To start out with. But still, hopefully, keep this entertaining. Wish I had a torch or a lantern right now. It is dark. Oh god. I am going to die here. Okay. I forgot how much it sucks when you get ganged up on by wolves. I did all that to get a cracked pot. Hooray. Oh. No, 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 no. No, no. Bad dog. A lump of flesh. Golden rune. I'm gonna hoard those. I'm gonna hoard those like it's toilet paper and it's the March of 2020. Beastmaster Ferrum. Ow! Okay. My timing there, a little off. So, I also love the design of a lot of these guys here. They are, I mean, there's gonna be reused designs, but I like this guy. Ow. that his weapon art or something? I'm actually not sure. Or is that just them giving me an opening to hit it? I'm gonna keep stabbing you in the butt. The butt stab. Stay away. Unless you want to get stabbed in the butt. Running, 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 running. Heal. Okay. These healing spells, they are gonna come in handy. Okay. So, that's the first not tutorial boss beaten. I think this might actually be a good place to stop for my first video. So I will hopefully see you all again, and maybe next time I'll have a better setup.